The global toy market generates over $120 billion a year. Today, a single company controls nearly 1 in every $10 spent on play worldwide. But the origins of that empire lie in economic devastation. In the 1930s, the Great Depression hit Denmark hard. Ole Kirk Christensen, a local carpenter, watched his furniture business collapse as families simply stopped buying. To keep his workers employed, he pivoted to crafting small, durable wooden pull toys. He hung a sign in his workshop declaring only the best is good enough, establishing an obsessive standard for quality. In 1947, he took a massive financial risk. Christensen spent twice the company's annual profits to acquire an unproven machine that injected hot plastic into molds. Retailers hated early plastic, and the first iteration of his bricks lacked the friction to hold a structure together. Yet Christensen saw that the future of play required industrial repeatability rather than traditional carpentry. This diagram illustrates a modern Lego brick's internal geometry. By adding these hollow tubes underneath, the mathematics create precise friction, Klutschkauer. As we zoom out, we see what Gottfried Christensen realized. He could market a complete system of play. Because the dimensions are exact, a plastic brick manufactured in 1958 will flawlessly connect with a brick pulled off an assembly line today. By engineering a mathematically perfect universal core system, Lego provided a mechanical language where every individual build became a part of a larger, interlocking world. For years, this scattered pile of universal bricks was enough. But in the 1970s and 80s, Lego expanded rapidly across Europe by introducing fully themed worlds, like Space and Castle, built entirely upon this same foundational grid. In 1978, the company released the minifigure. These tiny, posable characters gave a relatable, human scale to the cold plastic. Children stopped simply assembling geometric structures. They projected themselves into narratives and universes, giving the plastic grid a heartbeat. Lego dominated the late 20th century toy market by merging the rigid, logical math of its engineering with the emotional resonance of storytelling. By the late 1990s, physical toys faced intense pressure. Early video game consoles captured global childhood attention, draining market share from traditional playrooms. In a panic, Lego retired its legacy designers. They brought in outside innovators straight out of European design colleges who lacked a working understanding of the foundational system of play. This chart tracks the operational disaster that followed. Notice the stable baseline of active Lego elements throughout the 1980s. Then look at the late 90s, where the data spikes into a chaotic mess of over 12,000 unique parts. These highly specialized single-use pieces cost tens of thousands of dollars each in steel molding and precision engineering. As the data transitions into this red line graph and plunges below the break-even axis, the financial fallout becomes clear. By 2003, Lego was bleeding $1 million every single day and facing imminent bankruptcy. Outside competitors didn't push the company to the brink. Lego nearly destroyed itself by abandoning the discipline of its own universal language for chaotic, single-use gimmicks. In 2004, the company appointed Jørgen Vig Knudstorp, its first non-family CEO. He identified a systemic failure. The company had traded its mechanical discipline for a catalog of specialized, incompatible parts. He executed immediate surgical cuts. He slashed the unique parts catalog by 50%, sold off the Legoland theme parks, and centralized the entire global supply chain. He returned the company's focus to obsessive quality control.
To this day, two modern plastic bricks must lock together with manufacturing tolerances thinner than a strand of human hair. Knudstorp ignored the pressure to chase external trends. He saved the company by enforcing strict discipline and protecting the integrity of the original system. With a stabilized manufacturing base, Lego could safely handle massive licensed storytelling. This 1999 partnership with Lucasfilm for Star Wars sets proved that merging the universal bricks with established pop culture intellectual property could drive immense sales. The 2014 cinematic success grossed nearly $500 million, demonstrating that the plastic brick could sustain a massive global media franchise. The system eventually transcended childhood entirely. the massive rise of adult fans of Lego proved the bricks serve as a highly capable medium for complex engineering and art. True corporate longevity rarely comes from chasing chaotic market trends. It comes from building a flawless, universal core system that lets every single generation build their own future.